In the new format for these monthly access versions, we're going to go over the timing of the highest highs, the lowest lows, and give you the best trades, truncated down to that stuff specifically to help make it more efficient. The best way to utilize this information is to use these 1 months as expectation guidelines and keep an eye out for these live Discord trade alerts and chart updates, because that is the most effective way to utilize this information, my friends. With that said, good luck. Let's get into it. All right, guys, as far as the highest highs and the lowest lows, a bit tricky because the overall theme card being sideways rotation card, but most likely we see the lows more than once. Very likely we see the highs more than once as well, because the Ace of Swords in the high significator position. So my sense is that we have a lowest low on the 3rd, maybe the 4th, but probably the 3rd, and then we come back to those lowest lows around the 20th and the 22nd, 23rd. There's like a sharp drop and pop in a lot of the crypto around that time. Then we should come back to revisiting of the highs somewhere around the 25th through the 27th. As far as the best trade, so you could open up that long position on the 3rd in the midst of a sharp drop early in the day, maybe add to it if we go lower on the 4th, but doubtful. Instead, we probably go north pretty substantially at the end of the day on the 3rd and into the 4th. So you could close out of that long on either of those days. If we're wrong about that, close out of the long around that important price level on a 1-year chart scale at a most likely a highest high on the 8th. Even if it's not a highest high, you'd want to close out of it there if you missed the first opportunity. You can open up a long position in the midst of a decline through multiple support levels taking place on the 6th and close that long position on the 8th when we meet that important resistance level on a 1-year chart scale. You might even be able, if we're at a highest high on the cusp of the 7th, 8th, I would close out of it there. I wouldn't wait till the end of the day. But it's kind of that stone is kind of in a precarious location. So more likely the high is going to be at the end of the day on the 8th. You can open up a partial short most likely on the 11th. If after we break through key resistance, we stay above it briefly, break back down shortly thereafter, we can open up a partial short and look to close that short on the 13th. After a lot of price change and some rotation along key support level. On the 13th, you would open up a long and close a long. Matter of fact, you open up a long, you could probably close the long same day on the 13th. If I'm wrong about that, then probably you'll be able to close it on the 18th or the 19th. And if we're wrong about that, then very, very strong probable possibility of being able to close out of it around the 25th or the 27th. So when we revisit a crest on the 19th, in the midst of erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level, you could open up a long position, you could open up a short position there and close the short position on the 20th most likely. You might have another opportunity to do so on the 22nd based on what I'm seeing in the Bitcoin reading, but it's a little risky there. It might make sense to exit. Yeah, probably you'll have another opportunity on the 22nd, but I wouldn't wait for it. On the 20th, likely you could open up a long position after a pop and a drop to close the very next day in the morning at a prominent peak. That one's a little risky because there's a sharp decline towards the end of the day there. Be careful for the fake outs near these highs here. There's probably a fake out to the downside here on the 22nd as well. But I would say there might even be one more high here. This full card seems pretty significant because of the cross-reading congruency. If there's a sharp drop there, it'd be a good opportunity to open up a long, close the long the next day. And then it looks like we probably have more movement to the upside, at least in early November, based on the Sun card. However, at the same time, we end the month with this Princess of Wands. So Princess of Wands, this is actually probably a day trade. So in a notable rally into a crest early in the day on the 30th, you open up a short, close the short probably same day at the end of the day, or if not, you close it the following day towards the end of the day on the 31st. All right, guys, so the best way to trade this information, as always, is going to be following along with those Discord trade alerts and the live updated trading view charts. Much love and appreciation goes out to all of my supporters. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.